expansive. This is about a 30-point range up here between the all-time high and the overnight high. So that's worth noting. Reminder, position size should come down a little bit, account for the amount of risk you're taking in these trades. Generally speaking, I would love to be a buyer here for some sort of support. Again, we're not blind buyers. We're definitely watching to see if there are semblances of long stepping up. This is 59.1850, previous all-time high. That would be a beautiful little brigade bolt into blue sky territories. This level we talked about as being key. Absolute line in the sand. I'll use the white crayon for this. Actually, I'll use blue. I'll use cyan. 5,800 is the absolute line in the sand. You probably don't want to see the ES under 5,800, unwinding all of the gain that it's made through the overnight. Otherwise, just large concerns start to emerge. It's like, why would the market rally that much and then fade off aggressively? What's the market fearing now, right? What's the next thing on the horizon, right? So those are the paths that I would primarily try to participate in on today's session. I do believe that, again, this one can probably play as well. Something that looks like this is just a straight long trade, on the higher low here. You could also argue if there's a higher low that's confluence with VWAP, great. That gives you some more confidence in the trade. So those are the ideas that I'll be thinking about. Again, primarily thinking about how I can get involved on the long side of the market. I don't really want to try to short the moving freight train and step in front of that in the upward direction. I do want to be mindful of the inventory correction. Again, it's like, as I was saying earlier, we want to understand the gap rules framework, because even if you don't want to short the market, even if you're like, no way in heck am I shorting this thing, you just want to understand where you should step aside, let the market play out on the short side to the downside, on a pullback, inventory correction, whatever you want to call it. Let that play out, and then just be really, really tactical about your long entry, right? It makes way more sense to try to pick off risk reward on the long side along these lines than just like arbitrarily trying to buy the open and saying like, oh, I think it's gonna move higher. Where it tests the overnight high and it comes back below, and you're like, oh, I'm going to buy it here on a higher low. You absolutely should not buy that higher low if it tests above the overnight high and comes back down underneath, right? That's much more of a neutral indication for the market, and it gets short underneath the opening print. Let it play out. Let it get to 59.1850, right? So the whole point of the gap rules are to tell us when we should be more cautious, when we should step on the gas to the long side, when there's possibly a short. I think it's very, very, very well defined here in the little pathing outcomes that we've talked about. I'll put this level on, the overnight high in here, just so we're all on the same page with that one. That's 59.54.25. 59.54.25. All right, and that is, that's the gatekeeper for the upside. If you're above that, no reason to think twice about shorts. If you're below it, okay, a little bit more neutral. If you're under the opening print too, okay, a little bit more short. If you're underneath the previous all-time high, 59.1850, okay, getting a lot more short in terms of the leanings of the market, looking for that gap to fade. And then I would just say, okay, are there buyers that step up here? Are there buyers that step up here? Personally, I would love to see it if buyers stepped up at this level, the deepest pullback, to trade back in the long direction. Again, risk reward, very straightforward. Risk reward back to the previous all-time high, and hopefully ballooning runners into the all-time high, right, wherever the opening print is. Couple things I'll leave you with here that are a bit more esoteric, and we don't often dive into the nitty-gritty. One thing that I do want to point out is that all-time highs are typically not set and respected in the overnight session, right? So what does that mean? Why would I bring that up? Well, you can see that we're not pushed into the overnight high right now as we're forecasting the market open, right? We've still got about, 40-ish minutes to go until the bell rings, so don't get me wrong, that can change. But overnight highs and overnight lows, when you're talking about pivot moves to the downside, typically are not held as the all-time high, right? You want to see an excess high be put in the regular trading hour session. Why the regular trading hour session? Simply because that's where all the volume transacts. That's where the big players play. You want to see the market agree, basically, that, hey, all participants have an opportunity to auction these prices, and if there's a rejection, if there's an excess high, that would sort of indicate consensus that this can act as a pivot high. When the overnight high acts as the all-time high, excuse me, you have participants who are maybe by mandate not allowed to trade in the overnight session, who don't have an opportunity to voice their opinion. Again, one of the interesting ways of framing the market, which is just very timely, of course, with what just happened yesterday, is you could think of the market as just it's a big voting mechanism. Right? People vote with their dollars. If If you believe that the market is going to go higher, you vote by buying. If you believe that the market's going to go lower, you vote by selling. It's that simple. So if you think about the types of participants who can and cannot get involved, and you want a consensus, you want a decision, the most people can vote, the strongest your vote is going to be is when you have that consensus in the regular trading hour session. So if this ends up being the highest high of the move in the overnight, let's just say that the market fades immediately off of the open. This is just a hypothetical what if, and this is not taken out in the regular trading hour session, then I would carry that forward in the general narrative to say, okay, at some point in the near-term future, we should expect new all-time highs to be made, because this should not hold as the all-time high. Right? So that's one way of framing this with additional context. All right? So there's that. I also want to talk about the internals this morning, so I'm going to clear this up in 3 count. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Poof, gone. And we'll begin here with the internals, starting with the breadth. The breadth is going to be very interesting because yesterday it was quite strong.
I'll be back here shortly.
So I'm curious to see if the market, and generally participants in the market, still have the firepower, which, assuming they should, to continue to push the market higher here. Right? So if the breadth is strong out of the gates, let's say that we're dealing with a breadth that's, I don't know, well, let's say out of the gates we get something like a 5 to 1. This is a huge gap up. Again, it's 100 plus points. I'm going to take some screenshots of these internals off the open, see if we get historical reads. When we had the sickness, there were historical reads on the up and down side. I remember seeing breadths here. I'm going to have to dig it up, but I don't want to misquote myself and say triple digits like 100 to 1. But we absolutely, this one sticks like a sore thumb in my mind. I remember waking up one day on one of the limit down days and seeing negative 87 to 1 nicey breadth. Absolutely incredible, right? So I'm curious to see how the market opens up here on the breadth side, whether or not we get some sort of historic read or not. So with the big move, obviously, on the election results through the overnight, I'm expecting that breadth will open positive. It's a matter of how positive on the 120-point gap up. If we see breadths open, again, let's just use that 5 to 1 example. If we see 5 to 1 off the open and it progresses to something like 10 to 1, again, just using round numbers here, I'm not saying it has to be this exact thing, but progression to the upside likely means that you do not fade this gap. All right, so an X on the chart here means do not fade the gap. If we see the breadth deteriorate from 5 to 1, this would be a huge tell, right? Just because of the size of this gap, right? If breadth goes from 5 to 1 to something like 1 to 1 off of the open, or like, dare I even say something like negative 1 to 1, so it doesn't even have to flip to, you know, -3, which is what I would consider substantial, but if it goes to -1 off of the open, if it fades to the downside, then yes, this is like, why are market participants not, you know, all jazzed up about, you know, rallying in the market? Why are there volume outflows from the market? That would be somewhat concerning. Now, do I think this is likely? Probably not. Reason being is that you have to remember that the breadth measures from the previous day's close. Previous day's close. So think about all the stocks that trade on the New York Stock Exchange. Think about how many of them, considering this magnitude of the rally here, think about how many of them are opening over the previous day's close, and by what margin are they opening over the previous day's close. As a matter of fact, we can actually look at this. I believe we can look at this. Let me quickly slot in here the RSP. Let me do it over here. I don't want to. We'll let that be for a second. Let's go over here to the RSP, and the RSP is the equal weight S&P 500. So, you know, this generally speaking will give you a better baseline as to whether, you know, you're not going to get that skew with the Magnificent 7. Okay, the Mag 7 gap up, the S&P 500 gaps up. When you use the RSP, you know, the Magnificent 7, they only account for, again, what they're worth in the S&P 500. Each one of them 1/500th slice of the pie, right? So look at the magnitude of this gap up in the RSP, gapping up to about 184. 184 puts you up here. Remember that this measures, I'm saying the nicey breadth measures, from the previous day's close. So you would have to expect that the market is going to fade all the way to here if the breadth is going to flip more meaningfully negative on the session. I don't think it's going to happen. I do not think it's going to happen, right? So in my view, the breadth here this morning is likely going to open strong and stay strong on the morning session, even if the market comes in a little bit, which is something that's worth understanding, right? Worth understanding. So breadth is likely to open strong and stay strong, not a big fade indication. As we look at the advanced decline line, it's the same thing. This measures in terms of the prior day's close. What we just saw in the RSP was likely going to confirm that the advanced decline line opens in trend higher zone and probably stays there for a majority of the session. If it fades to the downside, I would be quite surprised. If it gets negative, I would be like, wow, maybe there's something here to the short side, right? But I don't believe that those are high probability outcomes. The biggest tells for you this morning, based on not measuring from the previous day's close, are going to be the tick here and the index score. The index score, if you're not familiar with it, is a proprietary from the open indicator that we've developed here at the Trade Brigade, and ultimately it's pretty darn good as to whether or not you should be long or short, and it has no regard for a gap up, right? So if the market is on a gap up but it starts fading off, it's going to measure all of the key influences for the S&P 500 as measured from the opening print, and that'll give us a solid indication. So I am going to post this on, I'll post the updates here as the market opens. I'll post an update 15 minutes into the day. I'll post an update 10 minutes, 15 back to 10, 30 minutes into the day, right? And we'll just kind of keep tabs on what's going on here with the index score and whether or not it's remaining positive, whether or not it's remaining negative. You guys want to see a good example of it? I mean, just look at yesterday's session, right? As the market was grinding in the upward direction, the index score was strong. All morning, the index score was strong, printing high reads over the top of this green little zone. If I maximize this, you can see it, right? If I do something like this, notice how we were just in the green zone all morning. Morning, here. Strong day to the upside across the exchange for all the influences over the S&P 500. It's a good example of it. So, generally speaking, what I'm getting at here is this will be a big tell for whether or not the market will be a fade or will not be a fade. If this is green, do not try to short the market. If it's red, maybe it's worth taking a small short. If you take a look at the cumulative tick and the tick itself, this will also be a big tell. So this morning, on the monster gap up, it's very likely that many stocks print an opening print that's obviously higher, but the tick is going to open at 1,000, at 1,200. I mean, heck, it's going to be a historical day. You could see a 1,500 tick on the open, right? If this fades and gets down to like 800 and starts to go sideways, you do not fade the market. Right? And the tick is something that everybody can access. You don't have to, follow along on Discord posts or the Twitter posts, X posts for this. Again, if you're not following on X, I will be posting the opening internals, the 15-minute internals, the first 30-minute internals. You'll get the update on the index score there. You can follow along on X or follow along in the Discord. If you don't want to do any of those things and you're like, I just want to watch something by myself, then watch the tick. The tick is going to be a big tell as well. If the tick opens at, north of 1,000, fades off, and makes it to 800 and starts to go sideways, do not short the market. There's no reason to do so. The market is incredibly strong under those circumstances. If the tick opens here and fades off to the zero mark in the first 5 minutes of the session, starts to bobble around, maybe it gets a little negative, it's just chopping around zero, market can fade. So it's all a matter of how quickly and if at all does the tick neutralize to the zero line. If it takes its sweet old time, then you're probably not going to see a strong fade in the market. If it's a blink of an eye, oh my goodness, we're here in the first 5 minutes of the session, then guess what? Probably a reasonable idea to start looking for a fade if we can breach underneath the previous all-time high. So that's been a really in-depth walkthrough of what I'm specifically looking for on this morning's open. Remember also, I want to come back to this mantra of we are in the business of making money. We're in the business of managing risk. This 120-point gap up, if it's overwhelming to you, if it is like, oh my goodness, I don't know if I should long this, I don't know if I should short this, I don't know all these context bits about the internals, there's nothing wrong with sitting out the early morning trade, waiting for something more concrete to develop on the session, right? Whether or not that's a fade into support, and like by noontime, okay, we can see that buyers are stepping up here, or whether or not there's a hold here and some sort of brigade bolt over the overnight high. You don't have to get active as soon as the market opens. That's the beauty of being a trader, right? And an independent trader, not having any mandates. We don't work for prop firms. We don't have to do X, Y, Z, right? We can manage risk according to our own parameters. That is the beauty of being an individual trader. That's our edge, right? Hedge funds can't even say they can do this. They have mandates that they have to hit, right? So with that understanding, you can control what you buy. So let's say WH it's actually not going to work because they're all W's. You can control what you buy, you can control when you buy it, you can control, I guess when and where is almost the same, but like what price, when, where, in terms of price. You can also decide how much you buy, right? You can control some of these things in the market. So what you buy, when you buy it, where you buy it, how much of it you buy, you can control these things. And you can also control when you sell, right? When do you want to unload? You can also decide if you don't want to buy anything at all and you just want to sit on your hands. So with that kind of mantra and understanding, again, if this is like a daunting open, oh my goodness, if you're not excited about this open, which keep in mind, excitement might be the wrong emotion. You should be thinking about opportunity here, not so much excitement. It's more about opportunity. If the opportunity is overwhelming, there's nothing wrong with just saying 120 point gap up. I think I'm just gonna chill out here a little bit. You guys know me as well, right? If you've been tuned into the Trade Brigade live streams for any period of time, through any economic data release, anything, big news for the market, you guys know that my bread and butter really comes from what I would just consider normal market conditions. Normal market conditions. Overnight, yeah, of course, if you're swing trading, this is like a huge gift. But for anyone who's just an intraday operator, that's maybe not the best way to frame it, but if we're intraday operators, then there's normal days are good. Normal days are good days. Price action respects key levels. We can manage our risk appropriately. We're not taking elevated risk. And I think the final comment I'll say on this before we jump on over the SPY's Cash ETF is just that, generally speaking, position size. If you are going to trade this, right, this goes back to the how much you're going to buy. Generally, position size here wouldn't be unreasonable to knock that down a little bit, understanding that obviously these ranges that we're dealing with are much larger than what we've had earlier in the week. Keep in mind that your stop loss is likely going to be wider, your targets are going to be wider, and therefore your position size might want to be a little bit smaller just to accommodate that larger sort of take, larger range, right? So, ES, remember that the name of the game is staying in the game. You always just want to live to trade another day. There's going to be great opportunity here this morning, I'm sure of it, right? The magnitude and the gap is large. There's going to be plenty of shock and awe, but make sure that you can trade it responsibly. That's my final statement there. Make sure that you can trade it responsibly. And you have to know yourself as a trader if you're going to do that, right? Okay, 9:07 on the clock, one heck of an open today. We are obviously a little bit behind schedule, and that's fine. Considering this historic open, I'd rather have an accurate assessment of what the broad market is doing and live to trade another day, right? So, SPY's Cash ETF, it's going to be a rinse and repeat of all the same psychological components. What's the market doing? One thing that we didn't really hone in on in the I guess we did with the 4 different cohorts of buyers and sellers. Yeah, we did. I was just going to say here, with the island reversal, you probably have some short squeeze that can take place. You're gapping up over these highs. Anybody who's short from the balance range is underwater. But you also have like anybody who bought down here who wants to take profit aggressively, who thinks the market's going to fade. It's the push and pull. So I just fall back on the 4 different cohorts and, again, gridlock, if you will, being a reasonable or acceptable outcome. I would not like gridlock. Of course, that just sort of complicates the intraday trade, but it's a reasonable outcome that we have to be prepared for. So generally, gap rules framework tells us we want to see a test, failure of the overnight high. If we pull back, again, there's probably not enough risk reward here to short it directly into the previous all-time high because that's a potential area of support. We know that if it goes a little bit lower than that, we're still looking at 584.65 potential area of support. This is really a bit of a zone. And considering the volatility of the pre-market, it's definitely reasonable that this just gets traded as 15-minute bar could easily span that distance, that range. So no problem with that. So anyways, opening drive that tests, fails the overnight high. I would look for longs around this zone, looking for something that does this. If we fail underneath 584.65, that's your number here for the S&P 500. Your downside rotation is to the top end of the gap, which is this gap from the Thursday session of last week, and the bottom end of this key range, and that key hold we were just talking about on the ES futures. The number is 579.75 on the SPY's Cash, right here. 579.75. So really, in its simplest form, use this as a zone. If we're over, there's probably longs to lean on. If we're under, you might look for a scalp short. When we get here, I would absolutely be thinking about longs back to the upside. Can we set some sort of daily higher low? Right? That's the name of the game here out of the S&P 500 on the cash side. Those are the levels that I would be using. We got 584.65, 584.65 key level, 579.75, 579.75 key level to the downside, right? Upside is just blue sky territories. I will say, and I don't want to flip from being like, bear down here saying, okay, technically the trend is down, right, folks? We have, a balance, broke down, possibility for, whoa, we don't want that. Oops, we don't want that either. We want to auto zoom, please. There we go. I don't want to flip from being like, okay, lower high here, possibility for a downtrend to continue. Obviously, that's off the table, right? We're raising our hand. Here's my, hand that I've drawn in the past. I'll bring it back up today. Oof, that's a rough hand here. Not looking so good on the hand illustration today. Maybe we'll start to just say it's a turkey, right? We're getting close. It's almost turkey time. Almost turkey time here in the U.S. So there's your turkey. Maybe it's got to have a better. All right, I'm going to stop doodling here. That's not bad. The neck's a little wonky on the neck, but you get the idea. All right. Oh man. Anyways, what was I saying? We don't want to flip to like from being a little bit more bearish here on the gap down to like, oh my goodness, the gap up. You want to sort of like keep a baseline emotional state and not just let yourself fall crazy. But I do just want to remind folks that there is a measured move target. When's it going to come on the screen? There it is. Right? What's this blue level up here? We've talked about it in the weekly analysis, every now and then. Specifically when we were trading back here a couple weeks ago at this point. But the weekly and monthly bull flag measured move target is technically at 610. Technically at 610 here for the Spider's cash. Obviously, you could just say in the ES futures you're looking at 6,100. And also, to just sort of fulfill the prophecy, you guys know David Hunter? David Hunter has come up with some of the most obscure price targets for the S&P for a very long time. But one of the original price targets that he'd come up with as the S&P 500 was trading at like, 300 or something like that was 6,000, right? 6,000 S&P 500, and we're knocking on the door. We're knocking. I believe it's David Hunter. So anyways, there's some interesting stuff. And, if you make upside target predictions, they'll get hit eventually. That's the nature of the market for the U.S. at least. And, if that changes, we'll have bigger issues, and, that'll be a problem for the future. But as of right now, we're all pretty clear on the gap rules framework. We're all set with the Spider's cash and the key levels that we have to watch. Once again, in its simplest form, if we are above.
All right, guys. How's everybody doing today? Hopefully everybody's good. Hopefully everybody's good. All right, let's go ahead and start. Let me get comfortable here, guys. Let's go ahead. What do we got here? We got 17 minutes till the open. Alright guys, so every morning what I like to do is start off with a little bit of gratitude, and then what I do is I take it into a meditative state. Pretty much I'm going to be sizing really low today with one contract, real small today. I'm going to keep it real simple. We had a huge gap up. I remember what we did last elections, we continued the gap up. Let's see what happens. I'm gonna wait for clean breaks. All right, let's go ahead and take 1 minute here to go ahead and give some gratitude and things that you're grateful for. I am grateful for opportunity. I am grateful to be sober. I am grateful to be chemical free. I am grateful for my freedom. I am grateful for my family. I am grateful for the stock market. I am grateful to be able to do what I love and passionate about every day. I am grateful for my wife. I am grateful for my kids. I am grateful for my mother and father, for my 2 sons. I'm grateful for my dog. I'm grateful to be alive. I'm grateful that Donald Trump won the election. I am grateful for opportunity every day. I am grateful to be alive. I am grateful. I am grateful to be here with you guys, and I'm grateful for everybody that's here today. Good way to start. Beautiful way to start your day. Now, as we enter the meditative state, let's go ahead and think about some of the things that you have problems with, right? For me, it's overtrading, guys. I overtrade like a madman. So, that's gonna be one of my challenges today, overtrading, and where's my, oh, here it is. Overtrading is one thing. I'm gonna wait for clean breaks. I'm gonna trade real safe today, right? We're trading safe today, right, guys? Okay. Yeah. So that's what I'm gonna be thinking going into this meditative state. Going into it with things that you're grateful for, and going into it. All right, guys, let's go ahead and take this meditative state. I like to do at least 5 minutes to reset myself and get myself ready for the day. We already have our levels set here. Watching these levels right here on the SPY. Ready to trade, and let's see if we have any data coming up. Right at the open. Okay, no trades at the open. Do this real quick right before I go into this meditative state. This is what I'm gonna do. Just a little idea of how the market's gonna move. This all for visuals. This is for myself. This doesn't do anything. It just shows me the trend and the direction of the market. All right, let's go ahead and take into accountability that we're not here to overtrade. We're in the business to make money. Our main objective here is to hit it and quit it, one and done, and calling it a day. Today I will be trading 10 accounts. I will be trading Top Step, My Funded Futures, Funded Futures Family, and Apex accounts. All funded accounts today. 200K accounts, and the rest are 50K accounts. With that in mind, let's go ahead and take this meditative state. I'll lead you guys in. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. On the third one, I'm gonna remain silent, and we're gonna enter our state. see what today brings us, guys. I'm gonna follow our rules. I'm gonna stay patient. No trades off the open for me. I'm gonna wait. I'd be careful for you guys too. Look at that. Apple's starting to dump here. Microsoft's dumping. See if we find an opportunity to get in and out. Oh wow. What's going on? Let me see if they break this. I'll try with one. If they break it, let's see. Probably push down to VWAP. I don't know. Let's see. Let's see if we can break below the 9 EMA here. It'd be nice. Get a nice little push down to the VWAP. Call it a day. Oh yeah. Ooh, Apple's pumping back up. Let's see what happens here. Stay impatient here. Apple just bought back up everything that was selling. Let's see. If we break above the 90 EMA to the upside here, get a clean break, we could push up. Wow, look at that beast. Good thing I didn't enter into anything, right? Wow, Apple's flying. Nvidia's flying. Everybody's going pretty good. Nice. Apple's still pumping, Nvidia's still pumping, everybody's pumping, but SPY's just holding here. See what happens. Ooh. NQ's flying like a all-time high, not all-time high, but weekly high here. I'm just staying patient here, not forcing anything, guys. Not forcing anything. What's wrong with my computer? Buyers are holding up here, but fuck, everybody's just pumping. Everybody's pumping. Nvidia, everybody's pumping. Man, where's Nvidia going? Fuck. Oh, it's going to all-time highs. That's where it's going. Buyers look like they're definitely in control. Wow. Okay, Apple's starting to pull back now. crazy, huh? Nvidia's just pumping. Microsoft's pumping. NQ's pumping. What is going on with SPY? What is pushing SPY down? Anybody know? Can anybody tell me what's pushing SPY down? Wow. It's not making sense. Alright, let's watch NQ's looks like we're gonna start pushing down here, but stay patient here, guys. Wow, look at that. Something wrong with that. That's it. Man, they might just come down real quick to right here. Nvidia's starting to pull back. Apple's, ooh, Microsoft's just pumping. Let's see. Yeah, Microsoft's reaching for those highs, man. I don't know what's going on with SPY here, but SPY's like lagging. Let's see. Fishy. Real fishy. Let's see if we can break below this 9. I'm gonna feel good about this. If we can break below the 9 EMA. No, doesn't look like it. Interesting. Very interesting. Man, everything's above the EMAs here, except for SPY. Apple's above the EMAs, but they're starting to break back down. Nvidia's above the EMAs, but they're heading back down to the VWAP. Microsoft's getting rejected. Oh yeah, we're gonna push down here. Looks like it sure does. It sure does look like it. But this might be the stop loss real quick before we go back down. I mean, we go up, right? So let's pay attention to this this buying here, right? Let's see if they hold it up here. If not, I'll be entering into the shorts. If not, everyone can easily find some support here and bounce, but let's just stay safe here. This might be bad. Stay patient here. Might stop loss me real quick. Okay, let's see if we can get Apple to break below here. But it looks like they're finding some buyers. Same thing with Nvidia, finding buyers. This might be a liquidity grab to go up, but we did break below the 9 EMA on SPY. This is why I entered. For a full 100% confluence, we'd have to break below the 588, a nice clean break, which it looks like buyers are holding right now. My first target to take some profits would be around the VWAP, if we can get that. Let's see. We need Apple to continue to stay below the VWAP and the 9 EMA, but it looks like it's finding buyers here. And same thing can happen with SPY here. So I'm just gonna stay patient here, guys. I'm in a short. I'm in a short. Beautiful. Let's go, baby. That's how we do it every day. All day, every day. Beautiful. Probably gonna take some profits here, guys. Beautiful. Beautiful. That was the trade. I called it to the VWAP. Right? I mean, probably gonna pop back up here shortly. Cup is completed, guys. Be careful. I would wait if you're gonna take a short. I would wait for the break of the VWAP. I would wait for the break of the VWAP, guys. Let's see, we might get a nice little pump up from here from the VWAP. If we break the VWAP, then I'm gonna like this even better.
The F word would be the common vernacular for every sentence. Every sentence would start with
Fuck yeah.
president. I would make president.
Beautiful.
Is not responding as people would initially hypothesize, right? So we do got the NASDAQ that pushed up here. It did run. I am swinging the S&P and Tesla.
Coming to major support zone under us.
I got it on the NASDAQ last night at 6, so I'm not looking to day trade. But from a day trade perspective, did you guys enjoy the watch list that was sent out this morning? Let me know. Type in watch list if you enjoyed the watch list.
See if Apple can stay below the VWAP and the 9 and all that, we'll continue down here. If not, this could be over here shortly.
Pouring so much into you. I love seeing the engagement back. Also Bitcoin, right? TikTok Jam down today too, but I'm not sure if he is. But awesome freaking day. Okay. But the watch list is, look at that watch list here. I want to pull
Oh
it up.
man, look
So,
at that.
Oh my gosh, I did not want
Look
to do
at
that.
that.
Hang on. Let me fix this, sorry. So with the watch list, we have now added all of the main, I would say like the main 5 tickers for options trading. Okay.
I might be out of my
You got
trade
your
here. I'm
SPY,
up
your QQQ, your
$1,000 on
Tesla,
my
your
top
Nvidia,
step.
your Apple. And then for
700
futures,
on
I would say we
my
added the main.
futures.
Okay. Jay was
Look right here shortly. Let's see what's going on. Oh man, they might come up here. They did not break the VWAP. They're faking like they want to.
But we added the main 4. We had our levels, and hopefully you guys got it. Did you guys get my other announcement that was sent out today? I tried to send it. I hope you guys got it. Let me see. But I put it in the announcements here.
Volatility, look at that. Big candle and then it went back.
Not an announcement. I put it in the live. Hang on. I put it right here. Where did it go?
Looks like we're having,
right here.
we're starting
Today is
to
on an
press
uptrend,
trend
so just be careful.
plateau and buyers are coming in.
With trading the
Maybe
short.
short squeeze.
I'm not saying don't trade
Let's
the
see,
short.
wait
If
for
the
a
short
clean
is
break
there,
of the
like how it is
VWAP.
on
We
the
have not
S&P,
gotten that
coming
clean
right
break
here,
yet.
right at our entry
Oh,
target.
man, look at
Notice
this.
the levels.
Let's wait for this to break and then you can,
Fucking
if you're not in a
picture
short,
perfect, okay?
you can get into a short.
I gotta work on the
If it breaks the VWAP, if not, it's just gonna play around and it might bounce back up here.
down there
I
to
might take an L
586.
right here.
Because
Take
things
an L
are
on
a
this
little
trade, I'm gonna
dicey
walk
right now
away.
with those premiums, you're
I'm staying in the
probably
same trade
looking
from the
at somewhere
morning, so it's still one trade.
50%
I have
or
not
so on those SPY
overtraded.
puts.
Still
However,
in the same
take a
trade
step
here.
back. We are still in an uptrend. So even with this little pullback right now, I would say this is a healthy pullback. It's letting everyone kind of, cool their tits for a little bit, kind of go sideways, and then I could see us pumping in towards the later part of the day. People are obviously as well. It's the first
Apple's
hour is
finding
the seller,
buyers, it's using the
So
EMAs to
there
push
are
it
people
up,
such
and
as me,
everybody's
right,
going
and
up right
others
now.
who
Microsoft,
took a swing.
Nvidia is finding buyers.
Okay, so all this is, it
NQ's
could be right
under
now,
the 50
is people
EMA here,
just selling some of their
using the
position,
VWAP for some
covering
support.
some of their profits,
Just
and
have
then we
to
may
wait,
see that
see what
run
happens.
later. I don't think today is
See what
going
happens.
to be a huge
I'm looking for SPY to
up.
hit
We may get that on
586, and
Friday,
then I'd be looking
or in the
to
after hours or pre-market, right?
oh man,
But
look at that. Then I'll be looking to take some profit.
today there is going to be opportunities, such as this current SPY put.
Nasty.
It looked like the market opened today for the
Nasty.
NASDAQ. We did go calls. And here's the other thing. Because of how crazy everything is going to be, it's going to be
I need
very
SPY to
hard
hit
to
585,
we got a little bit of
and
that
I'll feel
Apple
good. I
kind
will
of
feel
boosting
good.
up
We should
there
get a
and
nice little
follow
push
through
down
on
here.
Nvidia, which helps
But
drive
no,
that
not
NASDAQ.
yet.
But everything right now is a little unsettled.
Not yet.
So I would like to see some things kind of settling in, and then kind of get our
Oof,
confidence
let's
in
see.
what we'll do
It's starting to
back in the same
pay attention to this, guys. I'm gonna point
If you
something
haven't
out.
taken a trade
Look at
yet,
this. It's starting to round
sit
up,
back,
right? Look at
just
the bottom here.
relax,
If we don't break this VWAP, we're
these
definitely
charts
going
kind
back
of
up to this
settle
area right
down.
here. So
Okay?
pay
Let them
attention.
settle. And if you are going to trade,
Pay
I would
attention.
say
This is a vital
size
area
down,
where we're at the moment.
position size accordingly. And
This is
aim
going
for
to
the
determine
base
if I'm done for the
hit.
day or
Don't
not.
want to do one
I'm
of
just
the
kind of
trades
waiting
today
for
is one
stop
with a
losses to
very
be hit.
strong
Oh
bias.
man, it's ugly.
And then that bias end up blowing your account.
Just wait.
Okay?
You need to see
Like
what
we all
happens
know
in
that
this
this market
zone.
should be up right now.
In this
which how it
area,
was
Apple is
We all know
continuing to
it's
find
eventually going
buyers.
to get
Nvidia is
there,
starting to push
but
down.
right now,
Nvidia's
I'm
looking
not going to be
weak.
going and buying calls as a day trade.
NQ is
Makes sense?
below the
Let this market
50.
do its thing. Just settle down.
I need NQ to go touch that VWAP.
Let it relax.
Volatility. It's about to hit my stop on top step. All right, hit my stop on top step.
But anyway.
So I'm
Sorry
out
you
on
guys
top
did
step.
that. Well, hey, it's a learning lesson.
Man,
Here's something else
$200
that I
loss
would
right here so far.
encourage a lot of you guys
That's
to do,
ugly.
and you guys all have the ability to do this, okay, is I would encourage you.
Wow,
Now
that
this
VWAP.
election
Don't
was
play
a
with the
little different
VWAP.
compared to what we've had in previous years, but I would encourage you to go back to the same time frame 4 years ago and see what the response was the next morning, right? And how the markets behaved. That's going to give you a good gauge of how today is going to behave. You already know right off the bat.
Wow,
So you do
Apple's above the
exactly what
EMA, so Apple
it
could
just
take a
did.
big
Kind of
big
go up,
jump here.
A little bit of a sell-off.
Oh, everyone's
Probably
pushing
gonna
up here.
consolidate for a while.
This might be either a fake out to push up, a liquidity grab, and we break the VWAP, or this is the U-turn that they take here.
Hey, with that sideways consolidation, though, is going to be very volatile. Like
Yeah,
how
this
we are
is
seeing,
gonna be the U-turn.
where
they
there
take
is
here, it looks
going
like.
to be plays for us to day trade. I just don't
I'm
think we're
ready.
going to get that amazing U-turn.
Man, that's ugly. Look at that. That's super
Yeah, it's the
ugly.
greatest comeback of all.
Wow. Wow.
SPX
How did it?
Jam. Come on, dude. I
got
had it.
greedy. I should have taken my profits at the VWAP.
Just because you asked, Jim, I'll
It's
add it.
alright.
Alright?
I'm still in
To
the
make
trade
you
though.
feel
I'm
fucking
gonna
great,
let the
Jim.
trade
I'm
go.
going to add it. Alright?
Man, look at that. What a bounce.
Going to add SPX
What
to
a
the
bounce.
watch
Yeah, sorry.
list. And that's it. I'm not adding AM. Who trades AMC?
Try to switch that position there.
Who even
We're
cares
above the
about
VWAP.
AMC? Like, let's, come on, guys. Yeah, Rory, kidding, right?
Everyone's
but
looking bullish now. Everyone's above the
we'll
EMAs.
see.
So there's a good chance that
I'll do a poll here in a second
we
to
can
kind
push
of
up
get
here.
a gauge.
If anybody's trying to short, wait for the break of the VWAP before you
How are
take
you
any
guys
shorts.
feeling so far this
Okay,
week?
guys?
But I hope this.
Before you take
I
any
know
shorts,
it's
wait
coming
for the
half an
break
hour
of the
late.
VWAP. That's what I highly recommend today.
To kind of give you guys some guidance, but
So here we're approaching the 9 EMA
if
on
you
SPY
guys
and
did
see how
trade
SPY
in
reacts.
calls, hopefully you did. Like I said, hopefully you did come at the extent
Yeah,
of blowing your
started
account.
to reject.
And here's the other thing: no one day should be responsible for
Still, it
blowing
keeps
our
pushing
account.
up.
We can
Everyone's
definitely have
pushing
a
up
day
here.
that crushes our account, but we shouldn't let one day blow our account. That's a lack of management, right? So if today, for whatever reason, you blew your futures account or you blew your options account, hey, Mark, family first. Do not apologize. You give us way more. Well, I'm gonna be giving you guys way more. If you guys have noticed since the beginning of the month, probably a little bit. No, not the beginning. Beginning of October, right? I've been pouring a lot more in. Because that's the reality, right?
You might
The
reject off
reality
the 9
is
EMA here and stay safe here.
nobody's gonna help you. I'm trying to do my best to help you, right? But this Sunday we're doing an options focus course. Okay? We're fully focusing on just options on this Sunday as like a lecture. I know I haven't done the best job of communicating both options and futures during the live. I know we've been very future heavy in the recent months, and the reason and rationale, all I'm trying to do is protect you guys, okay? Because on days that are choppy, those premiums are going to get eaten up, and I just hate to see people losing their hard-earned money, okay? So for those of you that are option heavy, you know, forgive me for being so future heavy recently, but the market wasn't very option friendly until we got into these past couple weeks, right? So, but going forward, right, on the watch list, we have our entry targets. We also are gonna have the entry targets on the chart. So, oh, there's Jay.
What is this?
So, it's gonna be nice. And then, I'm not gonna give too much away, but we're adding a new program in 2025.
No way.
And
If it breaks the view app, it's going
I
down.
may
I
start
don't
to
think so.
include, I'm not gonna say regular, maybe regularly, but I'm not gonna say every day.
It's like
There will be, not every day, but some days out of the week, we will start to add power hour trading as well. So I'm excited for it. And let's keep this mojo going. Let's keep this momentum, these good vibes going.
My dog, what up, Wolfpack?
What up, Jay? Let me close this and I can put the camera. What up, my dog?
Man, I was about to make $1 zillion this morning, but thank God your rule is fuck the news, trade the charts.
Trade the charts, man.
So I had an entry target set this morning on SPY if I could get a close above 590.50, and I never got there, so it prevented me from entering. I almost brought it down to like 590 just because I was like, oh, you know, this goes back to like what you think, like, oh, I think. That shit is back down at 585.
It's all good.
Yeah, it's alright.
Yeah, it's all good. I think we're all expecting it. I mean, the NASDAQ pumped in the morning, but I think, everyone's just trying to settle down their mood right now.
Mm-hmm.
Just settle down, but I think we'll still get a pump.
And here goes the thing, I think another great lesson from this, bro, is what you've always said, right? Like, it was you that, when we had that conversation, like, bro, what do I do with the profits? You're like, just invest them. So, I took no trade this morning, but I'm looking right now, I'm up really good on my long-term holding on S&P. Because yesterday it was all the way clear down on like 570, what was it, 570, 576 yesterday, but it closed at 576. So on my shares that I hold in SPY, which are not many, I'm up still really well. So that just goes back to another lesson you taught.
Can you, I don't know if you want to share it, you don't have to talk about numbers specifically, but your whole, what was it, the Bitcoin? And kind of diversifying? I think that would be good for them to know too.
Yeah, so, me and Andrew were talking this morning about just diversification. I was not really I don't consider myself a crypto guy, but I don't knock anybody who is a crypto person, and the importance of diversification on that, because like, it's all still serves a purpose. Like, day trading is just one tool. It's just one stream. And also Andrew consistently talks about like the importance of diversification, and he has a lot of his money tied up.
Today I put my stops a little too tight.
Companies.
So
for myself,
a lot of stops got hit.
I got into Bitcoin a long time ago when the stock market crashed, when the real estate market crashed in 2000.
And these minis are
like
eating up. I'm gonna go
2007,
back to
2008-ish. I was in real estate at the time, and so I didn't really know what the hell I was gonna do to support my family. So I started playing poker to take care of my family. And I lived in Southern California where there's a lot of Indian bingo casinos. So the problem with that is that once you play for, I was doing it as like a full-time job. And the problem with that is once you play, there's only like 5 calls that you can really go to. There's only like 5 casinos you can really go to in Southern California before everybody starts to notice kind of like how you play. So it started becoming harder and harder for me to make money. So I remember I was talking to a buddy of mine, and he was like, "Man, you should just gamble online." Which when was that? Yeah, statute of limitations is up on it. It's illegal to gamble on. It was not illegal to gamble online back then. So what you had to do was you had to get a VPN, and you had to gamble using cryptocurrency, Bitcoin. So I bought this Bitcoin, and at the time, Bitcoin was only like $390 a coin. And so I gambled it, made money on it, blah, 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 blah. And then, like, I got out of gambling. I just stopped gambling. The market started coming back, so I stopped gambling. And when I did it, I still had some Bitcoin. So 2020 comes around, just so I can button this story up. 2020 comes around, me and my son are sitting on my couch. And he's like, "Man, Dad, you see Bitcoin's at $65,000 right now?" And I'm like, "Really?" And he's like, "Yeah, I used to have some of that Bitcoin stuff back in the day." I sounded like an old man, right? I was like, "I used to have some of that Bitcoin." And my son was like, "Man, can you imagine if you had it right now?" And I'm like, "I think I still have a couple." And so I went onto my, shout out to Apple for keeping your passwords. I went into my Coinbase account, and boom, lo and behold, I still had 40 Bitcoin that I had bought at $40. That was now sitting at $400. That was sitting at 65,000. I sold that and made a couple million off of that. Everyone was calling me stupid. Everybody was calling me an idiot. "You're an idiot. It's gonna fucking go to $100,000. I'm like, "Listen, I bought it at $400. I sold it at $65,000. Like, it's a win." So then I took that money and I set it aside, and then Bitcoin started crashing. When Bitcoin started crashing, I'm like, I still think there's use case in this. So it got to $19,000, and I rebought every penny I had spent on Bitcoin. I rebought it again, and now it's up at $75,000 this morning. So again, my morning is still great because the Bitcoin has gone up, and I was telling Andrew this morning, like, it's so important to have it because cryptocurrency is like one of those things that if the market went to shit this morning, or if someone took and froze all my accounts, or the government froze all of our accounts, you still got Bitcoin. You can hop all over the world with that. Like, you'll be all right. And so, anyways, that's my Bitcoin story. It's one of my greatest. It's my greatest investment, I think, to this day. No, it's not a fake. It's by far my greatest investment, besides taking Andrew's one-on-ones. If I'm being dead ass serious, when you think about it on ROI, it's definitely, it comes second to taking your.
You can break that 20 EMA. Next stop.
Because
it's probably the 50, but we got a lot of stuff in the way.
Let's say from 2008 to 2024. Let's just say I made $4 million. Dude, that's 16 years. You don't think that I'll make $4 million trading your way in 16 years?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's why I say it's second. It's up there, but it's second.
For me, my ROI is,
Apple's starting to sell off. Microsoft's starting to sell off. Be careful, guys.
Easier, but it's like I get a share.
SPY's coming to the 20 EMA, coming to the VWAP. I expect rejection in that area 100%.
Really, I mean, we talked about this the other day, of utilizing us as not just me and Jay, but us, this community, as a resource. There's builders in here, there's drywallers in here, there's people that are political in here, there's people that are former athletes. There's so much value in community. You never know, too, somebody that you meet. I've had people get married by being in this group. For me, what started off as a mentorship has turned into a brotherhood with me and Jay. And I know for some of you guys, too, it's been the same. So, to me, that's my biggest ROI. I don't really care. When we talk, we hardly talk about
HOD.
I call Jay just
But Apple is above the 9 EMA, above the 20, above the VWAP. So Apple is bullish. We just need a nice close green above these EMAs to confirm this. And this is going to confirm our uptrend here.
to reach out to each other.
We need Apple to break this
us continue to grow, but then
225.
what I want to do for 2025
we need
is start to bring more education outside
Microsoft
of just
to
trading.
break 41850,
taxes,
and we need Nvidia to break
investing in other things, maybe even I don't want to do
14420, and then we'll have a start of an uptrend here. Also, if we can get the SPY to break and hold above the 9 EMA and get the EMAs to convert, because the EMAs are in bearish configuration at the moment with the 50 leading. Bullish would be the 9 is leading. Just a little heads up on the EMAs for people that are not familiar with EMAs. Actually, for the people that like to talk shit on EMAs, or people who think that I take trades based on the EMAs.
He's busy, but whatever he wants to do and teach, I want him to be able to do and teach. But he knows more about real estate than I don't know shit about real estate compared to him. So it would be cool to bring all of that value to you guys, and it just completes the puzzle, right? Because again, this right now.
See Apple struggling here at 225. There might be a big rejection here. Might be. So we'll see what happens. We're not gonna let that big rejection scare us. We have our stop set. We're just gonna stay patient. I am over trading today. But on my funded accounts, I'm done for the day. This is a new combine that I was given. That was I'm testing out.
What did I say?
So
what did I say?
See what happens here, guys.
First hour or so, people are gonna cover some of their profits.
Yeah. So
right? People are gonna
maybe we get a short squeeze here. What happened was a lot of people that were bullish from yesterday took cover their profits. So that's why the market kind of pushed down a little bit.
We're starting to see that confluence with Apple and Nvidia. Obviously, Nvidia would need to break this. Nvidia is the same, almost identical. The chart pattern at least is identical to the Nasdaq. So as Apple starts to come back up, as Tesla starts to come back up, as Microsoft, then we'll start to see the correction on the S&P and on the Nas. If it was me and I did not take a trade yet, if you're sitting waiting to take a trade, I would wait until it breaks this resistance level. What is the importance of this level? Just real quick, is if we go and we look at the year, that's our all-time high. Okay, so that's why we're also struggling from a psychological point, is we are at all-time highs. So you want to give it just a little bit, let it do its thing, but I would be looking for a trade once this breaks, but I need the synergy amongst Nvidia and Apple to take that trade. Okay, if I'm looking for a day trade, I'm also going to be realistic, and I'm not looking for a home run. I'm still going to stay within my range, look for 10 to 20 points, play it smart, play it conservative, and then...
There we go, Apple broke the 225.
If I leave a runner, then maybe I'll leave that.
I need to break above this resistance here, and I'll move my stop.
Maybe leave a couple for like the next day, because I think the market is going to run.
See what happens here.
Not as
Apple's reaching for the high. Okay, we broke above. I'm gonna go ahead and move this right here. Let's break this down to the 1 minute real quick, guys. See where we're at. Okay, we're starting to reject here. Uh-oh. We're gonna take some profits here. It's alright. We'll go ahead and add a buy here. If we break this supply zone, we're gonna take it to the next one here, guys. If we break it.
And then once we break the high from today,
it's we're gonna stay patient
then we're
here.
really gonna start to open. But again,
Put
once
another
it breaks
stop
this
loss right
all-time
here,
high,
just in case they
goes
want
above
to
this
do a
high,
crazy sell-off.
we get Nvidia closing and Apple closing. I like the synergy that I see in the market. And it just took time. It just took a little time to kind of correct. You gonna get a futures, bro? Oh, he's on the phone.
All we're trading is from zone to zone, guys. That's it. With the trend. Once we get the trend established, we go from zone to zone. Very easy, plain and simple, guys. pull back from SPY. Apple is starting to hit the HOD here, but it's continuing to push. Let's see if we get a continuous push past the HOD, or if we start to reject here. NQ's coming to HOD. Everybody's coming to HOD here.
Up 1900, 1700, 700, 2500, up 5K. Some people are red. 700, 4K, plus 400, 800. So you guys have taken some trades. That's great. 950, 1500. Let's do our pool.
See, we need to break this.
350,
Apple's
2K.
rejecting, man. Be careful, guys.
Great job.
Let's see. Apple's rejecting. Looks like Nvidia is starting to
Let's see what these look like.
go back a little bit.
2,650.
Yeah, I need to stay away from these
100.8K. First day, 1,000. Awesome job, Randy. Good job. We're right down to 1,200. Hey, it's all good, man. We'll get there. 5K, 1.2, 1184. First day plus 100. Awesome job, Sergio. So we got, these are typically the numbers that we see. We have 66% of you, 63% of you that were green today. 42% of that between 100 to 1,000. We have 23% of you over 1,000. 22% to have not taken a trade or break even. The percent of red though is a little high. We have 14% that are red. I'm assuming you guys probably took calls to start the morning, and then it went puts, and then you stayed in, and then got wrecked, and then now she's pumping up. So maybe you could end up going red to green.
It's hard to move your stocks here, man, because they come back right away. Look at that. And as expected, the 50 EMA expecting a big rejection here. Waiting for Apple to exhaust here. It just barely peaked over the HOD, and we'll see if we can hold above HOD, right?
62
Starting
to
to reject off
83 or
HOD.
86 right there was the high of that. That's 20 points. What did we say? Just aim for your 10 to 20 point base hit. The only thing I don't have is the confluence on NVIDIA. So that's the one thing kind of making me a little wary with these calls. But we do have Apple pumping. It's just going to take a little bit of time for NVIDIA to come up. So stay patient on this play. But hey, I'll take 10.
Come on, Apple.
Darian, yeah, 200 points, Q's. Okay, awesome job, man.
Yes,
That's perfect.
that's what I need.
Just base hits,
I need
guys.
Apple to keep going.
Passing $85,000.
Nvidia's, I don't like Nvidia.
I will be getting into futures.
Man, Nvidia needs to pick up.
You make me sick every time. I'm like, I could have made that
Everyone,
on 20 accounts.
Nvidia's holding us down. Shoot.
And not only that, I just think like
After this big push up, this hyperbolic move on Apple, I'm afraid that people are gonna start taking profits, and we're gonna come back a little bit, causing SPY to break below the 20 here in the VWAP.
Great job signing up.
This one ugly.
Right now at the 7:30 mark, we'll see. We'll kind of let this play out a little bit. Like I said, I'm not really liking how Nvidia is responding, but I'm staying patient because Apple is we're starting to see that.
Nvidia is pissing me off right
I always
now.
talk about how it does that.
Yes, Apple is my friend.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it. I hope I am, man.
Oh,
I hope I at least try. Like
what is
my
that?
whole
That's
goal, I told
ugly.
people was like, I hope I change one person's life. That's all I want. Just change
Oh,
one
man.
person's life for the better, outside of like my own kids. You know.
wow.
You
So,
changed
All the
mine.
tile.
huh? So I'm waiting, bro.
All the
As
tile.
long as I know that, I can die happy.
Yeah, changed mine. Hey, Drew, I gotta get out of here. Thank you so much for having me on.
Okay. Well, next time, bro. I was gonna do Q&A, but
Oh, let's do it. Hold on. No, I still got 7
no,
minutes.
go ahead.
No, let's do 7 minutes Q&A.
Oh
Let's do it.
man, let's see if we can hold
All
this
right.
up.
If you guys have questions, I want you to type in some questions so that Jay and I can respond. And you know, use this time wisely, right? Especially Jay was in your shoes not too long ago, so utilize him when he's in here. But let's see.
What percent of your overall capital do you trade with? I never break Andrew's rule. I never put more than 10%. sorry, more than 3% into a single trade. So,
dirty dog.
I
What a dirty dog.
Trading with like kind of like the house's money. So sometimes I go a little bit.
That's right. Make your coin. Make your coin.
Standard number that I trade with that I feel comfortable with, and that has more to do with psychology. Because
My brother Manbear, I need to know your name. I need to know what to call you by, Mr. Manbear.
Like 5, 6,
You're always coming by, always supporting. I don't know your name, brother.
Psychologically, I can
I
handle
need
that,
your name,
but
Mr.
I
Manbear.
traded with 3% of my account.
You're on my
And I've been
friend.
down like 20,000, and psychologically, I'm not okay with that yet. So I'm working on that part of it. It's like being a sports player, we're just consistently working on the psychology. And we have a close above at 50 here on SPY, so let's just see how it reacts to that 588.50. I just want to point that out.
Yeah.
But you know, it's also like just consistently working on my game. JD, read me books. Yes, I'm an avid book reader. I really like audiobooks. When I'm on the treadmill right now, I'm reading Extreme Ownership by Jocko Willink. And the last book I read before that was The Goal. I read that, and right now I open up a body shop, so I'm reading this body shop book, The Secrets of America's Greatest Body Shops by Dave Learn. So yes, I'm an avid reader. The reason why I read so much is because, you know, they have a saying, if you want to hide something from an ignorant person, put it in a book. Any advice on controlling my emotions, whether in good or bad trades, I will always say the exact same thing, is continue to, I say size down. If you keep your size smaller, and what I mean by that is, let's say you're trading futures, then maybe trade the minis. You know, you need to see a number that you can handle. And being down $5, not a big deal. Being down 500 may be a big deal. When I first started, being down $500 was a huge fucking deal. Now being down $5,000, not that big of a deal. Being down 50,000, big fucking deal for me. So it comes to, but 50,000 to Drew, he wouldn't even blink at it, right? So it's about just working on your game and consistently just, you know, dropping as many buckets as you can.
Yeah, we
How can I get
funded
more confidence with
10
entries?
accounts.
Again,
Nothing
control your
major,
size on
nothing
your entry,
major.
and then also just tighten your stop. If you're getting hesitant to enter it on a place where you know you should enter on, I'm sorry, I'm burning through these, but I'm trying to give you guys as much as I can for 7
I love
minutes.
it, bro. There's a lot, bro. You got like, there's a lot.
As you control your position, just enter and then cut down what you're willing
Don't
to
do
do.
that.
Sometimes the problem with people is they're afraid to get into an entry because you think once you're in, you're stuck forever. You're not stuck forever. Where you may have given yourself some grace and gotten out below the drop of the 50 or below a certain level. Well, maybe just get out a little bit earlier and cut your loss a little bit shorter. What you will find during that time, though, is that you're going to miss out on a lot of good trades that would bounce and go in your direction, but it will help you with getting into your entries faster. What crypto would I buy and hold now? I only personally buy 2 crypto, and that's Ethereum and Bitcoin. And that's just because I'm not educated enough in that market. I don't knock anybody in that market. I know millionaires who are in that market. So, I mean, no offense to the crypto people. But I personally don't know enough about it. So I only buy Ethereum and Bitcoin, the only 2 that I own. Is investing and swing trading better than day trading? No. Andrew has taught me something that consistently will stay with me forever, is that day trading should be a vehicle into your long-term investing. So everything that I day trade, every penny I make from day trading, 60% of it goes right back into the market in long-term holding. Should we wait for the 6-minute close under the short target? Seems like pays early in some question. Should we wait for the 5-minute close under it? It depends. When it closes below, what I like to do is the same thing I think Andrew does. I like to see it break the previous wick. If it breaks that previous wick, I feel a lot more confident in that trade. What that's done for me this year is allowed me to take better positions. And yes, I'm not getting some of the returns I would have got, but I was just telling Andrew, I'm super busy right now. Like right now I have employees calling me like, hey, I'm at the office. They're standing at the door waiting for me, right? But last month I took 7 trades and still made 5 a good size 5 figures, just taking 7 trades in October. And so you consistently, I would rather take better, safer entries, and every one of those were better, safer entries. So if I get on here and something ain't cracking, I turn my computer off because I have other things I have to do. Some of you guys
Beautiful,
get here
brother.
and
I
just
would
pray
wait
to
for
God and it
elections.
all works out
Wait for
every
this
single
week to
day.
be over.
I
The
come in here
market's
and
gonna
kinda like walk in
skyrocket.
and say,
I
oh, this is
promise
not
you,
my
brother.
party.
It's gonna
And
be
get the fuck
easy
out.
trading. I remember last elections, killed
I
it,
have
bro.
here's an okay to downside.
That's why I'm trading
Absolutely.
very lightly.
How do you choose new levels
Man,
after
bear,
a move?
that's why I'm
Okay,
trading
if
very
it
lightly.
breaks, like let's say
Usually,
right now,
my sizes are
people call this bounce.
10
There's
times
bounce
that.
traders in
Usually
here.
my sizes.
So
I
people
run
call
12
this
accounts.
bounce. Well, now
12
I'm
funded
looking to see
accounts,
it's this
Apex,
589.
Top
But
Step,
I had a level prior at 589.
My Funded
50.
Futures,
I would
and
probably
this
wait
new one
now.
that
Now
I
we
just
have
started
close
here.
above
This is
the old traditional
this
wolf
new
way
one
would
is
have
called
been MACD coming up, crossing above
it's
this, and now it's closed
called
above this EMA. It would have been an entry
FFF
right
Funded
now.
Futures
But
Family.
I don't feel
I've got one
comfortable. I
payout
don't
from
feel
them so
comfortable there.
far.
Not saying
I
that
have
you don't
one
have to
funded
be, but
account
I don't
with
feel
them.
comfortable there.
I'm working
So
on
I'm
the
not
second
going
one
to take
right
it until
now.
I see it break this 589.50. So that's I'm talking about SPY. So that's where so after it breaks a certain level, then go back to something else that you may have seen. Go back to something that you may have seen in the past and see if it can get to that level. Can I go where I look to take profits? Yes, I have the same method I've also talked about consistently. Is I always give people three.
Is my mic working? Can you guys hear me?
Is
Can someone give me like a thumbs up or something? I hope that what I've been commentating, you guys can hear me. I operate extreme high risk and prefer longer term or swing trading. That's why I do no options or margins. I can barely hear you over the audio. Oh shit. I can barely hear you over the audio. Oh shit. Yeah, I do everything, bro. I do options, I do futures. I am obviously I'm funded over, I don't know, I haven't done the math, 1 million dollars. But today I'm trading very, very lightly today and yesterday, running copy trader. So whatever these gains are is multiplied through the copy trader right here. I shut down the top step one already, so top step is down. Here, I can show you a picture of it if you guys want to see. So on my top step account, you guys can see that. Oh man, you can't even see anything. Let me see. So on where is it? It's not showing it. There we go. I can't see the number. That's crazy. But yeah, I'm out of the top step one. I'm running another one right there. Right there. But yeah. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Usually I'm done by now also. I'm usually done. I trade like max an hour to 2 hours a day. Maximum. Max. You know, I try to go for the one and done. Today I broke rules, man. I overtraded, but it's okay because I'm trading small and I'm trading minis. But on ES, I don't know what happened, but my copy trader took on Top Step, my copy trader took trades on ES. What happened? Looks like I'm done, guys. Looks like I'm done. That's it. I'm done for the day, guys. You guys want to see my Donald Trump trades that I took during elections? This is my Donald Trump trade, and I traded ES also, watch. Where is that Donald Trump trade? The beautiful Donald Trump trade right here, look. I shorted Donald Trump. Look at this. Look at this trade that I took last night during the elections. Where is it? There we go. Got it at the very, very bottom. Look. I think that was a quick $1,000 trade right there. Damn, I'm gonna see how many points that was. $62 points. Nice. It's all about managing your risk versus reward. Lots of avenues to make that coin. I'm fine with trade every couple weeks or so. Yeah, man. I wish I had the discipline to be able to do that. I used to be bad. I used to overtrade like for 6 hours, years and years, for 5-6 years. And I've slowly come to, 3 hours a day, 2 hours a day, 1 hour a day. Now I'm coming to like one and done and stuff like that. But yeah, man, if I had the discipline to take 1 or 2 swing trades or something like that, I would do it, because the strategies and the type of way I trade is fractal. So the way I'm doing this on the 1 and 5 minute, I can do the same thing on the weekly, daily, and monthly or whatever, right? It's all fractal. I wish I had the discipline, bro. I wish. You're probably much more vetted than me. I've been investing since 2010 and day trading actively every day. Like I left my job in 2020. So actively day trading every day. I started with options, moved to futures and prop firms to leverage my money. Yeah, you probably, as the years go on, I get more clarity on the charts. I can tell you that, and my discipline gets better, and my patience gets better. Like you said, it's not about your strategy; it's about your risk management, man. If you can understand how the chart moves, if you can see the cycles and the zones where institutions buy and sell, you make your moves off of that. You make your moves off of that. But yeah. So are you gonna wait till the end of the month, or haha, I left my job in 2019 to trade full time, YOLO into it. When I came back, it became blood. Picked up 3 unicorns and never looked back. Man, nice. I wish I had unicorns. Picked up 3 unicorns. What's 3 unicorns? Oh, picked up 3 million. Right? Man, let me borrow some money, brother. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah. Trading's hard, man. I'm financially, I've never made so much money in my life. At the same time, I've never been so financially broke. I don't know if that makes sense. This year I've made the most money in my entire life, right? You're cash heavy, that's the best way to go, man. Especially there was the uncertainty. I would have been cash heavy, but I don't have cash like that. I would have done the same thing. I would have waited for the dust to settle. I would have waited for elections, wait for all this interest rates and stuff like that, because last time, from historical point of views, last time they started doing this with the interest rate, yeah, the market started going up, but it fucking dumped right after. You know, been in the game a little while, so I've seen different cycles. So what you're doing is fucking smart, brother. I would do the same thing if I had cash, and I was, you know what I mean? I would do the same thing, brother. I would do the same thing. You're a smart man, and that's why you got 3 unicorns, and I don't got none. And I don't got none. But yeah, play it by the ear. That's the best way. Yes, sir. So you're more a fundamental trader or a technical trader, or you do fundamentals and technicals? You look at macro and micro fundamentals. I took macro financial fundamentals in college. That was over 20 years ago, over 15 years ago. Look at this. If they break right here, I think they're gonna push down. But I'm not gonna take a short until we break the view up. Oh wow, it's going. Let's see. I need a clean break of this view app. I mean clean break of the 9 EMA. This will be the last trade. I'm over trading, but it's okay. I'm trading in valuation. All the funded accounts are already done. Put them away, so I'm just gonna. Yeah, I'm gonna step away, guys. I need to step away. I'm forming bad habits. I'm doing things that I shouldn't be doing. I should have walked away from the initial trade when I first made. If I walked away from my initial trade, I'd be up 900 just like my Top Step account. But I took a couple L's, so it's 713 for the day, 12 accounts. Not much, but good for, you know, volatile election day and trading safe. These one thing I'm noticing about trading these minis. That's scary. I had orders pending, man. That's what I'm going through here. Make sure I close them all. Because I don't want to be gambling, man. I don't want to be gambling. I need to stick to my rules. Slow and steady wins the race. Don't break your rules to chase. Yeah, 100%, brother. Thank you. I appreciate you reminding me. Slow and steady, man. I gotta keep that in mind. I'm always trying to do this crazy shit, make like $1 million in a fucking day. I'm always trying to do some crazy shit like that. If I just keep it simple, like you said, you know, I'm good, man. I need to just keep it simple. That's it, man. Whatever happens, the market's gonna happen. It is what it is. Whatever, man. I think the market probably gonna probably stay in this range here, probably. So whatever happens, it's gonna happen. I'm done for the day, guys. I'm putting my accounts away. I blew a fucking count yesterday over trading. I blew one of my funded accounts, but I should have walked away when I ended the stream. But I appreciate you, man, Bear, man. I appreciate you, brother. Thank you for reiterating that. Sometimes I need somebody to keep me accountable. I don't have anybody. Obviously, I'm here by myself and I trade by myself. And sometimes you need a trading buddy or somebody to keep you accountable. I love it, man. I took my fucking orders off as soon as you said slow and steady, you know, slow and steady. Don't break your rules to chase. See? Make sure I don't have any orders. I made my coin on DCP during the oil crash when I was heavy. Wow. And channeled it again. AG at. Synapse during their run up, bouncing them off each other, holding for more, holding more than 4, holding ever. Man, beast, bro. Next time you get an opportunity like that, would you be willing to let me know so I can jump in? I would like to get a unicorn. Yeah, there's opportunities every day. Every day there's opportunities in the market. I don't care what anybody says. Every day you sit me in front of this chart, I promise you, I will be able to extract money. Don't matter if it's choppy, don't matter any of that. Every day there's opportunity. But sometimes the opportunities are larger than other opportunities, right? We get these regular opportunities every day, right? But when you made that when you made your coin on that oil crash, that's like you said, you got to strike when the iron's hot, brother. You got to strike when the iron's hot, and that's what you did, brother. That's what you did. Look at this. It's breaking the 9. They're breaking down here. Wow, look at that. Look at that. Look at that. I tried to put a trade. I better get it out. I'm out. I'm out, man. Let's see. I'm going to close these accounts. Make sure I don't have any trades pending. Yeah, the market looks like it's going to push down, guys. Yeah, probably to the view app. Look at that. Look at that. It's alright. It's alright. Maybe trade. There will always be opportunities. Yeah, find your rhythm 100%. Find your rhythm, brother. That is 100%, I agree. Find your rhythm. Those ICT guys, they're talking about, I can see their fair value gap or whatever their thing is right here. Look, this is a fair value gap for ICT. This thing. I don't know if it's inverse or regular. So, I don't know what that means. I don't know if it's gonna... Oh shit. Better take this order out. We will be in touch. Trading is a solo activity, but trading buddies know each other and check and can be ideas. Yes, brother. Keep in touch, brother. I like you. I like your vibe. I like your intelligence. I like the way you think. You're my type of people. I don't know if you feel the same way. I might be a little different. I might not be your type of people, but trust me, I'm good people, bro. I'm all about pure intentions. I'm not looking to get over on anybody. I'm looking to make relationships, friendships, all of that, brother. All of that. I know I'm not like an average trader guy, or I'm not I don't know, but hey, I like you, bro. I like you. You're good. I can tell that you got some brains. I can tell you're good people. I can tell a little bit. I can tell a little bit of a lot. I'm pretty good at reading people. And this small time that I've interacted with you, these few times, I can tell you're someone that I like to be around, someone to interact with. You know, my type of people, for sure. Yeah. Let me know, brother, when you see something crazy, big opportunity or anything like that. Let me know. Me personally, I don't know how to look for big opportunities. I just know how to look for like regular opportunities, like breaking levels and the break of VWAP or certain EMAs or hourly levels, weekly level. That's how I trade. Price action mostly. Price action, volume, direction, all of that. I ran across you on a prison channel, saw your comment, and it's and name Saludo. Nice, brother. Did you see me on Robert's channel? On what's Robert's name? Yeah, I did a lot of time, brother. I did over 20 years in prison. I did 20 years in California State Prison. I was a drug addict. I used to use heroin. I used to use needles. I've been completely sober, chemically free since 2015. Yeah, it's not a secret. I've been to prison, guys. I did over, a long time. Altogether over 20 years, but this last one I did 15 years. I changed my life in prison. I got college degrees. I sobered up, So I try not to put that out there because I don't want people to think that I'm asking for something or asking for handouts or to feel sorry for me. So I don't put that out there that, about my story, or at least not yet, But yeah, I did some time, brother. I did some time. You know what I mean? I've done some time, brother. Yeah, I've done some time, brother. Dude, I don't glorify any of that stuff. I don't glorify violence. I'm not for any of that. I'm against all that. Beautiful. Beautiful, brother. See? For us to meet was purpose. All of this was for a reason, brother. It was all for a reason, brother. It was all for a reason. I'm glad. Thank you, brother. Congratulations to you, brother. Be grateful for our freedom. I'm grateful to meet another person that beat recidivism. I'm very honored to be in your presence, brother. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. Yeah, I was a drug addict for many years, man. I'm from California. Yeah, I did a lot of time in California State Prison, man. I'm originally from California. I moved to Texas last June. I have 4 brothers that are still in the lifestyle, in the gangs lifestyle, mafiosos and whatnot. But I had to get out of that environment. I had to take my children out of that environment, and I didn't want them to be a product of the environment like I was, you know what I mean? I wanted to break the cycle, so I moved out of Texas, and here I am now, away from that. I go to California every couple months when I have the money and it's possible. I go see my parents and stuff like that, but man, yeah, I was in the gang life for a long time, bro. Since I was 13 years old, I was a gang member. Since the age of 13, yeah. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And I went to prison for, don't really like to talk about it, but I'm gonna just put it out there for, I took a person's life, right? I was young at the time. I was a minor, but I took another person's life, and I was young. My brain wasn't fully developed at the time. The choices that I was making, and the people that I was around, was not good for me. But it is what it is. I paid my debt to society. I believe I paid most of my karmic debt. I'm here just to do me, man. I'm here for my family. I'm here with pure intentions, and every day is a struggle, man. I'm fighting every day, just to make ends meet, just to, my wife's a teacher, a school teacher, 5th grade school teacher, so she only makes $30,000 a year. So that's not even enough to cover our lease for the year. You know what I mean? So I'm sure. Life is too short. Name's Gabe from SoCal. What the heck? That's right, Gabe. Gabriel, Gabe. What? Brave world out there for us. Time to pay it forward. Yes, sir, man. You're from SoCal. I'm from SoCal too, brother. I'm from Orange County. I'm born and raised from Orange County, brother. I'm from Garden Grove. Born and raised in Orange County. Over 30-something years, 35, 38 years in California, man. Born and raised. Born and raised, man. Don't get me wrong, I love Orange County, but it's just every year just gets worse and worse and worse, man. You know, there's homelessness, drug addiction, mental illness. It's just bad, man. It's bad. It is bad. It is bad. Man, I want to sit here and chop it up with you, but I need to get off the chart, bro, because it's gonna make me want to trade. So I'm pull up tomorrow, brother. Pull up tomorrow so we can chop it up. I appreciated and I enjoyed your presence, Gabe. Nice to meet you, Gabe. Mucho gusto. I'm not sure what race you are, but I ran with the Hispanics, Ventura County here, out in Oregon. Now prepping for apocalypse in the mountains. Nice. I'm sure you're growing some good stuff out there too, man. Ventura, that's right. You're Chiques. You're from Chiques, huh? Nice. Man. Beautiful, man. I'm glad you made it out, bro. I'm glad. Nice to meet you, Gabe. You know, whatever happened to you in the past, it is what it is, brother. You know, we paid our debts. You know what? It is what it is. You know. I appreciate you, brother, and it's crazy that we met and we have same things in common. I really think this happened for a reason. Like, you have a message, or you have a lesson, or you have something for me, brother. That's right, my brother. Much love, brother. Much love and respect. I'll catch you soon, brother. I'll catch you soon. Hopefully we can get more people like us together. You know, it'd be pretty cool, you know? It'd be pretty cool, you know? And then we can go help other people too. You know? That would be nice. You know? But it is what it is, guys. It is what it is. Alright, I'm going to end the stream. Thank you for everybody. You know, finally got formally introduced to my friend Gabe. Good day, green day. Not gonna overtrade. We're gonna shut down here, guys. Let me go ahead and shut down the main account of the copy trader. Okay, logged out. That. Give me 1 second. Let me log out over here. All right, out of that. That's it, and that's how we call it a day. What time is it? 9:58, and the work day is over. Time to take the dog for a walk. Nice to meet you, Gabe. This was I enjoyed this morning. I made some profits. I made a friend. I hope everybody enjoys the rest of your day. Remember, as you guys go along your day, treat the next person as you'd want them to treat your mother, right? Everything is karmic debt. What you put out is going to come back full circle. We'll do this again tomorrow. As I promised, I'm going to live trade all week, Monday through Friday. Hopefully we can get some people in here with us.